And joining us now to give us some insight as to what is happening with our dollar is Nick Bontis with the DeGroote School of Business from McMaster University. So Nick, why are we waiting so long before we actually see a drop in prices? I know Walmart and Zellers have both announced they're dropping some of their prices, but how long before this trickle effect?
Well, there's a concept called inventory turnover. And basically what it means is when you have automobiles, for example, when you buy an automobile on the lot today, that automobile actually was manufactured 9-12 months ago. So when it came from the U.S., our Canadian dollar was 20-25% weaker. So those prices are embedded in it. But there's other products and services where the turnover is much faster. Toys, clothing, electronics.
You think of groceries as well, right?
Exactly, because those are perishable. So I suspect that we're going to see more significant drops in prices, not before Christmas, because of course that's giving too much up to the consumer, but probably as soon as Christmas hits and then after, we're going to start to see, I think, a fall in prices and reconciling towards what U.S. prices are. But in the long term, I give it about 12 months before we actually see anything close to parity.
We were doing an interesting study in our newsroom today where we had books that had a Canadian price, or a price Canadian and a price U.S. And suggesting that what if you went into a Canadian bookstore and sold, and bought the book at the U.S. price?
Well, of course, I tried to do that at a local chapters as well as at our McMaster bookstore. Both places said no, because we're in Canada, you have to pay the Canadian price, and it is significant. I have a book right here called How to Measure Anything, and if you look inside, same thing, 45 bucks U.S., 55 bucks Canadian. So unless you go into Buffalo to buy these books, you're going to be paying the higher price here. And let's remember again, this book might be on sale today, but it was actually printed probably about a year ago. So again, inventory turnover.
Right. Now, what about, we hear so much about how the price of oil is connected to our currency because we have what's known as a petrocurrency. Can you explain that?
Well, it means that we are in Canada, we are blessed with a wonderful supply of natural resources. And of course, we have beautiful lakes and oil and timber. And I have a famous acronym that I use with my students called 987. $9 wheat, $80 oil, $700 gold. As long as we have the 987 combo, our Canadian dollar is going to stay strong. Of course, with the rise of oil prices, the cost to heat our homes is going to be a little bit more expensive this year. But we're probably going to spend maybe a couple of $100 more this year than we did last year. But I'm going to, stick my neck out here and do a prediction. Last month when we were at par, I predicted we'd be at $1.05. We're at almost at $1.05. By the time Christmas rolls around, I'm going to predict that we're going to be at about $1.08. So go Looney, go.
We are going to hold you to that. Nick Bontis from the DeGroote School of Business, thanks so much for chatting with us this afternoon.
All right, thank you.